Hello and welcome back to my garden. Today it's a super exciting day. We're in my cottage garden and finally I'm starting seed planting for the new season. And this year's planting I really want to start with chives, and I picked up the variety that I don't have in my garden. I have a few varieties, not this one, just because of its delicate look. And I do believe that that would be really tasty for the salads, for cooking, and plus as a decoration for the endings of my vegetables beds here in the kitchen garden. I do believe that this look is going to be just fabulous and really beautiful and pretty. So hopefully it will germinate nicely and then I will replant it in a permanent position. And if I have more than I need for this garden, then definitely I can plant it in my vegetable garden and make it more decorative there as well. Then another thing is that I really want to try this variety. It's called Marada d'Impasta. I'm not sure how to pronounce this thing, but anyway, that's red, sweet, rather big onions. And I really want to try them because actually we have another variety, red onion of Toulouges, and that's the neighboring village here, and it's local onion, and I don't believe that it's like really common variety, but here it's well known and it's super tasty. And this year I have 24 seeds of this variety, so I'm going to be planting it, and then I just want to compare, and probably I will put here or here a picture of this local variety because I've grown it several times, and each and every time that's really delicious. The bulbs, they're just huge, like this size, and it's super tasty and delicious with tomatoes. And now I thought that actually I can compare, and if I can grow this variety and it's pretty much the same as the local one, then I will give it a try and I will give it a go, and it's much easier to buy this seeds than to find the local ones. So that's my idea behind this experiment. And then I have just normal red onions. Again, I really want to start them from seeds because I do believe that there is a difference, and we eat a lot of onion and we like to eat it green like a spring onion, and that's the best way to grow this is just from a small bulbs that you can buy in your gardening center, and I do it a lot, and that's really convenient because I can put this bulb into the soil no matter which season it is, and for me it works perfectly. But if I really want to get a beautiful bulb that's better for me, at least from my experience, to go on to grow onions from seeds, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. Again, we're eating a lot of onions and I'm cooking a lot with them, so yeah, that's just for us and for family. And then I have artichokes in my vegetable garden, and I have quite a number of them, but some of the plants were actually old ones that were planted previously by previous owner of this garden, and God knows when. So from time to time these plants are dying back and I'm replanting them with the new ones. And right now I really need at least 4 plants just for replacement and for putting them in empty spots. And I have 2 varieties. One of them, and actually the expiring dates on both of them, that's 2031. But from my experience, when I was planting them last time, again, for the replacement of old ones, some of them had much better germination rate than another ones. I don't remember which one exactly, so we shall try and I will plant both of them. And yeah, probably I will plant something like 4 of this variety, 4 of that. They're both delicious. I really like them, and for me it doesn't really matter which one variety I will get in the end. Just I need at least 4 plants. And actually this year I'm starting all my seeds much later than usually. Usually by this time I would have my roses pruned, I will have everything mulched, I will have my compost spread, but because of the weather this year everything is getting delayed and seed starting as well. So I decided to start with something that I want to go into the soil as early as just possibly can. And just because we have this unpredictable weather and not typical weather for us, I decided that I can start tomatoes later because again, we still have a lot of time, and I will start probably my eggplants later. And I have this experiments going with my peppers and eggplants, and I do believe that while peppers are kind of keeping up and they're still alive, at least a few plants, then my aubergines or eggplants are actually sad looking and probably they're dying, and we shall see how it goes. And anyway, I will be starting eggplants just a little bit later because again, I don't want to rush myself. I know that my growing season is really long, and yeah, first I need to prune my roses, I need to do something else, and just to bring everything into order. And I'm gonna be starting my onions in this cells, and I really like this ones. I'm gonna be using this for the third time and third season, and they're absolutely doing fine. They're super sturdy, they're not losing their shape, and they really made to last, and I do love this. Plus they have enough space for the roots to develop, but it's really easy to fill them up with the soil, and I don't need too much soil for doing so. I do love this thing. The only negative thing that I can imagine, and that's Charles Dowding cells. That's for 30, I believe, cells, and that's for 60. Yeah. And the only tricky thing about them is actually that I can feed in only two sets of cells in one like standard size tray with my humidity dome, and I wish it would fit nicer. I don't know, maybe a row here and shorter to be able to put like 3 of them, you know, something like this. But even right now it's working just fine because I'm gonna be starting with artichokes, and that's gonna be the place for this. But you know, it makes you be a little bit more creative than probably you would want to. And I'm gonna be using just a normal potting soil. The only thing that I'm doing that I'm removing like a big chunky bit from cells, but otherwise nothing. First tray is done, and I will continue with all the rest. And I definitely love how little soil I need to fill all the cells, because I do believe that right now I will use approximately the same amount of soil for filling just 8 pots of this size. It's I don't know, 7 by 7 centimeters, something like that. And here I have like 60, 180 cells. That's gonna be the same amount of soil. So yeah, if you need to start something in a really, like in a big quantity, then it's better to start with something small. And actually I'm gonna be sowing a few seeds, onion seeds per cell. So it's gonna be multi-sown onions, and then we will be able to separate the seedlings and to put them separately into the ground, so to make the space for the bulbs to grow. And right now I do believe that, yeah, I'm ready to start planting, and I will start with artichokes just because that's really easy. Let me show you. Seeds, and actually artichoke has rather big seeds. They're rather big and they're really easy to plant. You just, oh, I have a small thing. You need to put it into the ground. Make a hole approximately like 1 centimeter deep. You need to put this thing in, and probably you can put 2 seeds per this pot, and then that will increase your chance to get germination. And then another variety. This one goes here. And actually it's much trickier to plant onions because seeds are just black and you can't really see them. So for example here, like 1 seed, no, I don't want to plant it right here. I will be doing this differently. Okay, so I have this pot and probably I will be using them. So as you can see, I decided to do this in this strange way, just because if there is something, then it will germinate, and then I will divide my seedlings, and just a little bit of soil on the top, and then the same here, just like this, hop, and we have 2 pots planted. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Probably I should have planted the seeds that I had separately. I don't know. If there is something alive, it will definitely germinate. That's my approach. Now let's be more technical. And first I really want to plant the sweet onions. and I'm making small space here just by pushing my fingers. And again, I'm not worrying about planting a few seeds in one cell, just because then I'm gonna be dividing them, but I'm trying to make it 1, 2, and to control seeds with my fingers. And actually you can feel how many of them are going in each and every cell. Okay, this one goes here. And just like that. And then I sprinkle everything with a little bit of soil. And topping everything in. And just like this tray is ready. I will be adding water in the tray and everything will soak it up and will germinate in about 10 days. And this is seeds of chive that are going in. Again, it will take them from 10 up to 15 days to germinate. And I'm seeding a few seeds per cell, and I will keep it. I won't be separating it for planting. Once again, the chive that I'm planting, and just a little bit of soil on top of it. And I want to put a label just to remember what's here. And then onions. First, I want to remove everything that I don't need and to tidy things up. And then I need to water everything, all my seeds. and everything is planted and watered and under the humidity domes. And if you can hear the sound, that's Rocky just drinking some water from the swimming pool. And yeah, that's so exciting. I'm gonna be keeping these humidity domes for 2 weeks probably, and then I will remove them with the first signs of growth. And just like that, the first seeds of 2026 are in the ground, and it's super exciting for me. And now I'm gonna be waiting and checking these trays each and every day, hoping that I will see the signs of the new growth. And yes, I know that they will show up probably in a week for artichokes, and in 10-15 days for onions and other alliums. But you know how it goes. It's like there's a hope that even tomorrow something will show up, and that's super exciting time of the year. And yes, this year I will take it slowly, and actually I want to try and to start some plants with direct sow, and that's gonna be fun as well. Just yeah, I just this year I just want to remove this pressure for me for starting seedlings, and we shall see how it goes. Hopefully that will work, and if not, that would be a good lesson for me for the next year not to do so. So yeah, exciting time. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time in the garden. And probably that's gonna be in the vegetable garden. I have quite a few changes there, and I want to share them with you. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.